Deputy Speaker, myself and other crossbenchers are getting pretty sick of this kind of behaviour from this government. We're repeatedly presented with these omnibus Treasury bills that package controversial reforms in with policies that are undoubtedly positive. This, we can only infer, is to prevent proper discussion of the issues. This bill has four provisions, 3 of which are good and 1 of which is terrible. The first part of the bill introduces a luxury car tax. It introduces luxury car tax, which I and many others have been advocating for a long time and is a completely no-brainer. It updates the definition of a fuel-efficient car to 3.5 litres per 100 kilometres from the 7 litres per 100 kilometres. It also indexes a luxury car threshold in line with regular vehicles. So this amendment to the current luxury car tax is welcome. The third extends the ATO notification period for retaining runs in further investigation. Again, sensible. And the fourth extends the instant asset write-off for small businesses until June 2025, an election commitment and, again, a no-brainer. But it is the second part of this bill, the chapter that removes deductions for interest charges on GIC and SIC, that is highly problematic. I see this as an unnecessary change that will remove the ability of businesses to deduct their general interest charge and their shortfall interest charge. By Treasury's own admission, this will overwhelmingly impact small businesses that are already doing it tough. This chapter of the bill has been panned by accountant groups and small businesses alike. Now, I understand that on the face of this measure seems sensible. It creates an incentive to tax on time, which I support. But the timing of this legislation is extremely poor, given the rapid growth of small business insolvencies in recent years, with cash flow described as the ‑1 cause of these insolvencies, according to ASIC. There just isn't the evidence that these systems are being exploited by small businesses as a cheap form of credit. The government knows this is an unpopular move, and that is why it has unpackaged this legislation in with a handful of other measures that it is difficult for this parliament not to pass. And the government should be focusing on measures that actually make it easier for small businesses to flourish right now. Last year, myself and other crossbenchers wrote to the government and said that IR complexity and regulatory complexity more broadly are some of the biggest barriers to the growth of small businesses. It's one of the biggest reasons that small businesses are not hiring people and in some cases are shutting down. We wrote to the government and argued that they should increase the threshold of the definition of small business from a sort of arbitrary 15 workers under the Fair Work in the Fair Work Acts, from 15 employees to 25 employees at the least. Because if you're a small business and you have, particularly if you have mainly part-time or casual workers, 15 employees isn't very much. You're not going to have all the HR support to be able to make sure that you can, still work on all these, still manage all the sort of complexity of the IR legislation. Now, that this is what the government should do. This is something that would make a difference to small businesses right now, and the government should be trying to support small businesses rather than punish them. Thank you.